I want to introduce to you the flying reporters from Wolfert College. So come up here, and you'll have to come up this end. And they've been going around, and they've been full of enthusiasm, full of extraordinary skills. They're born to them. And here they are. And this is Calvin Discombe.
Dijksman.
Dijksman. 3 days and I still haven't mastered Dutch.
Sarah Buurman.
Mare van den Putten.
Okay, so first of all, what did you make of all of this?
I thought the conference was very interesting, and in particular, also that you gave the stage to the startup companies, and also that you know that there's a great challenge ahead of us, and yeah, that you're very confident that we will tackle the problem. So there was hope.
There's hope.
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
I think that a lot of Dutch youth is not aware of the fact that we are so sort of, developed already. Like that we have the dikes, and we don't really think about it every day. That that we literally already solved our issue for the Netherlands, and I think that it was very important for us to sort of come here, and as soon as we sat down at a session, we were sort of confronted with the fact that there's still a lot of issues to still be solved. So the first day it was a little bit overwhelming to like see all the things that still needed fixing in the world, pretty much. And for us to be able to translate that, then the following days, to really talk to people and sort of have them translate all these big words into our language, and get the word out there so that people of our age, who at first really weren't aware of what was happening concerning adaptation for the future, now read it on their phones, and
they read it on their phones.
And and started thinking about what was happening, pretty much. So.
And it is extraordinary. And were you proud, actually, of the Dutch? Because I always think, you know, you come here to the Netherlands and you are such leaders in this field. And did that surprise you, as it seems to have surprised your colleagues here?
Yeah, well, basically because it is something we have always had. We've always had the Delta Works. When there are people from foreign countries, they always like to see the Delta Works. And when we go to see them, it's just there. It's something we've gotten used to. But then when you come to such a conference, you realize that it's actually really something special, and some knowledge that our country has mastered and now needs to share with other countries, so we can actually continue to adapt to our future. And this is something like I think like my colleagues here also have not realized before as much, that how special it actually is, and how much we need to be able to have this international cooperation, so we can make sure that the whole world has this knowledge.
So what will you be telling your mates?
Well, I think, as Sarah already explained, that the big problem is actually the awareness, because there are so many things you can change on an individual level, which you just don't do because you have your routine. And once you hear people, very inspiring people talking here and speaking of things they're truly very passionate about, and things they have dedicated their lives to actually making a better future for us. And that is actually something that really came, that is the moment that I really realized that it is something we can change something, and that is something we should do too. So, like, to my friends, I would like to tell to all the people from our school that are here, and to all the people that can make a change in the future, just like that you can individually make that change. And we've seen people that are actually pioneers and have made that change before.
Fantastic. So you'll be going out and spreading the word, and adaptation is the thing that you're very proud of now, to be Dutch and to be proud of this fantastic adaptation that you do. And I know that you wanted to have a word of thanks.
Oh, yes. I'd like to thank, in particular, the European Commission for having us here, and also the hosts.
They're down there, wave.
Oh. Thank you very much. And I think it is very, very important that you got us here also for awareness and to spread the word for our generation. Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you
Very
much.
good. Well done. So I asked them what they were going to do next, and they said, engineer, architect, lawyer. I just want you to note their names, because any of you who are Dutch here, because you're looking at superstars of the future. So, next, Earth Journalism Network, and Joydeep Gupta. Where's Joydeep? So come and tell us about what's been happening.
Hi. Okay, here's what I would tell a fellow hack.
Tell a fellow hack.
The Earth Journalism Network, many of us know here now because we've been all around this place for the last 3 days. We are a network of networks of people who report on environmental issues. We have individual members from all over Latin America, Pacific Islands, Africa, Asia, North America, and Europe. What we have been doing here for the last 3 days and 2 days before that is that we have been meeting and we have been reporting on it, and we have been picking up story ideas, most importantly, on what the adaptation futures can give us in terms of story ideas and what kind of stories can we do, and we are going to do over the next 12, 24 months.
So give me an idea of a top story that you want to cover, because I think sometimes you don't know what stories are. I mean, you don't realize what we think is a story.
Quite right. For me, I think one of the top stories is a camel milk producers cooperative from northern Kenya. And that, as I sat and listened, and we have, as I said, reporters here from everywhere, including a star from the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. And I rushed to her, and I said, hey, look, there's a story. The women of northern Kenya have now figured out how to adapt to droughts coming from climate change. And they have now figured out how to handle that, and that's a story for you. They know how to chill their camel's milk now, and that's the story.
But she had to come to Rotterdam in order to hear that story.
Exactly. That's the importance of coming to conferences like this, because we get to hear about what's going on. It's not possible for a single person to know what's going on in our countries. And many of us are from very large countries. And even when we are from small countries like Vanuatu, as one of our colleagues is here from, we don't get to know what's going on in the adaptation field always. We're only human. And we are all constantly looking for story ideas that will let us give it a human face. Because that's the story that the audiences are looking for. And we have been, for years, we have been reporting on climate impacts with a human face. Now we want to take it a step forward, report on successful adaptations with a human face so that people know what to do.
And I think the Adaptation Forum that gathered today, they'd be very, very pleased if journalists all over would ask for examples of adaptation.
This is an open request to all of you. Stay in touch with us throughout, not just during the conferences. Please stay in. Whenever you have projects that are working, tell us. We are looking for stories. We are professional journalists. We are looking for good stories all the time. But unless people tell us, we don't know.
There you are. There's your challenge. Thank you very much.